font size has to do with sizes of your font, how big or small you want it to be. That's what font is all about. Then we have the color. What color do you want to change? You want to change your background to what color? Or you want to change your font to what color? It has gone because it's the same color. See, there's it. And here, this plus sign here, this plus sign here with the color box. Once it gives you the ability to tint the shades of your color. See, that's the use of this. And every color has their code. If you know a particular code of a color, then you can just simply come and write that code. Let's say OOCC. I'm just writing. This is a color. This is a code for a color. So it has given me this blue. So if you know the hex code of any color that you want to use, simply copy it and come and place here. That's that about color. Then the format. Format has to do with the text, the font, the text, editing the text. For some fonts, you can't bold them. You can't italicize, just like this apricot. Now, you can't bold apricot. You can't italicize apricot. You can only underline it. You can also change how the lettering is, the capitalization and things like that. For example, if you want it to be all capitalized or you want it to come to lower casing, then still on this format, you can either centralize, like here now, justify. You can see, take it to the left, take it to the right, or you can centralize, you can justify, you can centralize. Here are bullets too, just like you have on Word. So these are bullets. If you want numbering or bullets, that's what the format is for. Then spacing. This is very important too because it adds aesthetic to what you are doing. Let's make an example with this. Good. Let's go to spacing. Do you want your lettering to be together? See? Or you want them to be spaced out? Then the line spacing. The line spacing will be more useful here. Still going to spacing. See, do you want it down this way or you want them to be so close together? So then you have effects. Effects for text. There are effects for images and there are effects for text. So for the effects for images, you have the shadow here. You have the lift. You have the shadow. It adds shadow. And once you see these lines here, it means setting. You can come and set how you want the shadow to appear, the direction you want them. Is it left or right? Do you want them to be blur or you want them to come out well? Do you want it to be transparent or do you even want to make your shadow another color from the color of your letter? For example, let's give it red. You can see the shadow now is red. Or let's give it a green. You can see. Let's give it a blue. You can see that and that. So that's that about the shadow here. Then you can also come to another effect, lift or hollow, splice, echo, glitch, neon. All these have use depending on the kind of graphics you want to design. Yes, so this neon, I feel it's so cool for some of my graphic design depending on the occasion I'm designing for. Yeah, so here anyone you see with these lines, you can go ahead and set it. How do you want the intensity of the neon? See. Then you come to background. One thing I love about this background and why I love using it is because it is my affair when it comes to adding. Yes, maybe for example I want to add a background to a text. Instead of going to the element, going back to element and looking for something like this, I'll simply come to background, and I'll the add a background, come to background, and I'll add something background to that text. But you can also change the settings here. If the background I want is different from the one that is a default, I can come and change it. Just simply click here. How round do you want this background to be? If I want it to be more round, you see, or I want it to be like a square shape. How do you want it to spread? This way, or you want to minimize it? Then the transparency is almost getting to invisible. Then the color. What color? On the first video, the trailer video, you saw that there are some backgrounds like this there, where it says welcome to the official channel of Nigeria Canva YouTube. This was what I used there. So I changed the color to yellow, the background. So here, let's say for example, just want to give it pink. You see, once I go back to the transparency and I make it brighter, you see it will bring out the real color of the pink. Can you see? So that's that about the effects for fonts under style. So if you come to shape now, shape has to do with the curve, how you can curve your letters. A good example is cowbell milk. So if you look at cowbell milk, they use this curve in designing their label. You see. So you can also, do you want to make it facing up or you want to make it facing down the curve? You can take a look at peak milk. You see they employed this curve in their label. So let's go ahead now and look at animation. I'll still use the Ninja trailer video as an example, Ninja Canva trailer video as an example. On the second, on the Welcome to Ninja Canva official YouTube channel, you saw some of those texts, the way some rolled in and the way I animated them using Canva. So you can animate your text. How do you want them to come once the video is being played? Because if you animate them, it will have a video effect. So let's say block. You see, let's say typewriter. I use this, and on this typewriter, you can also, you see, you can. Okay, because we can't use this. You cannot control the speed here because we are not using the pro version. So for that video, I used a pro version in my other account for the video. So you can either make you can speed up the way the letter comes in. You can also reduce it. So about the effects, the animation, there is ascend, there is bounce, you see, there is burst. There are several of them. They are very plenty. That you just have to take your time and go through them, explore them as much as time permits you. Let's see this rise. You can also, with this rise, you can also determine how fast or how slow you want it to be. So let's go to another button here. We have the transparency button here. This transparency has to do with how either your text or the background or the image, whatever image you have here, how they appear, how the color is. See, for example, let's take a look at our background. We have this solid color here, but we can make the color. Let's bring this in. Let's change the color to black. So we can go to transparency and reduce the transparency. You see, you can even fade it in. Like one may not even know it's black, depending on how you want it. position here has to do with where your text or images are placed. So for example, if I want this, I can make this here. I can make it go to the back. I can make it go to the back. I can make it come to the front if it's in the front before. If, for example, I have some images and I want them to appear here, I can make them come to the front. So let's take this to the back.
Mommy, I like this one.
You see? So once you remove this now, you see it at the back here. But once you bring this, if I should increase the transparency of this one here, you won't be able to see this real gate here anymore because it will cover it up because it's now at the back. So if I want to bring it to the front, I want to take it to the back, or I want to bring it to the top, to the left. I mean this. I want to take it to the top, left, or middle, or this. So that's about position. We'll be making use of it a lot as time goes on. Then this is flip. Flip has to do with how you want your particular element text also to look. Let's say, for example, I want this badge here. If I want it to be horizontal, see. If you have an image and you want it to be horizontal or to be vertical, you use the flip for it. Then the nudge button. The nudge button is used in controlling the movement of the elements here, either your text or a particular background, a particular graphic on the background. So let's see. You see. So instead of me to be shifting it this way, for example, I want to keep it in the center. You see all these pink lines here, they are grids that guides you to help you know the position of what you are moving, of what you are doing. So if this is center, if it is centralized, see, this is not at the center, but once it's at the center, you see it. You see. So sometimes there are some elements you would want to move and they are tricky. The nudge is easy for you to use. So let's say I want to move it to the top of let's say to this place. So instead of gambling and doing it this way and it will not stay well and things like that, I can just use the nudge to move it. Or I'm trying to locate the center and I've been missing it. You can just use the nudge to locate where the center is. Once you get to the center, you see, once you get to the center, then you stop. You can press it down and it moves faster, or you can press it little by little till you get to where you want it to be. What the nudge button does. So you can use it to go to the left or to the right, down or up. Then we have info. The info gives a guide or description of a particular element that you are using. Let's say, for example, this particular banner here, you see what it says about it. White banner illustration. White banner illustration. It even gives the name of the person that made it. Pixabay is a site for graphics, for photos. Yes, you can download photos like stock photos from Pixabay. Then comments. Maybe if you shared your design, this particular design, you want to share it, you can just write something or mention somebody. That has to do most of the time if you have a team you are designing with. Then you use lock if you don't want. For example, I've locked the background now, this green background, or you want to lock something else. Locking it will help you to ensure it doesn't move. It doesn't move. You see, I can't move it anymore. I can't move this. It doesn't move from where you've placed it. Then on the more here, More gives you, it's also a new addition to Canva. It came in recently. So with more, I can copy this, whatever I highlight, I can copy it and place it in a separate blank sheet. For example, I want this same good here. I can copy it. I can come to more and copy it. Then another shortcut to this more is by clicking. Let's see. Just click on this. You see, it will bring that more option for you. So you can either copy, or if you copied something from somewhere before and you wish to paste, you can click on this paste. Or you want to select multiple. Let me say, for example, I want to group. This is how to group either elements, or text or graphics together. You select whatever you want to group together. One is numbering them. For example, I want to add this to my grouping. I want to add this to my grouping. I mean this text too. And this morning, I've selected good morning and share whatever you think as of now. Then what do I want to do with this selection? Do I want to send them to the back? They've gone to the back. Or send it more. I can keep sending to the back till they are completely away and not more on the surface. Or do I want to send them backward? Or I want to send them to the back? You see, I want to bring them forward. So sending them backwards is only once. But sending them to the back will take them multiple times to the back. Then bringing them to the front, bring them multiple times to the front. Bringing them forward brings them once to the front. You can see. Then, or do I want to group them? If I want to group them as one, so that whenever I move them, they go together. Wherever I move them, they go together. These ones I did not add while grouping. You see, they are still where they are. I can still click them. I can still click them. You see, I can still click these ones that I did not add to the grouping. I can click them. But the ones that are added to the grouping, they go together. So once you are done for whatever you want to do with, because sometimes I do this to enable me align my text or my objects together so that they are on the same page, so that they are not scattered everywhere. So once I'm done and I don't want to group them anymore, I can simply come here and ungroup them, and that's all. That's it. They are now a separate entity like before. I think we are done with that. Or you want to log to, you want to delete. That's simply what the more is about. So to get a shortcut to the more is by clicking on the text or elements you would want to either combine together. Just click on an element and it will show you everything like this. So that's a full gist about Canva interface. You can explore on your own. You can take your time out and try some of those things, so that, because the more you try, the better you become at what you are doing. So I believe we had a swell time listening to this. Canva is a fantastic app. You would love it once you start using it. It makes your life easier, and there are so much possibilities to what you can do with Canva. I can attest to that. I've been using Canva since 2020, and I don't think I'll be leaving it soon, because I'm already so in love with Canva. So go through what we've done today. Try it out on your phone. If you are here to download the Canva app, please simply go to Play Store and check out Canva. Download the app and start using. You can sign in using your email. You can sign in using Google or Facebook. Just sign in and start up with the free version. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening. See you again on Saturday, inshallah. Before I go, don't forget to practice what you've learned, because the more you practice, the better you become at what you do. It's me, Hilda Anoke, here again, your Canva success partner. Till I come your way next weekend, Saturday, do have a lovely time with your family and friends. Stay safe. Assalamu alaikum.